Hey everybody, this is Aush with Invictus Fitness. Today we're going to go over how to bulletproof your wrists. We're going to make them flexible and strong.
Rotating to the hip.
New runner.
All right, so whenever we're getting into working on the wrist, we always want to warm them up first, especially if you're doing this cold and you haven't done a workout already, right? So I like to start with just some wrist rolls, just doing circles, one way, the other way, maybe 10 one way, 10 the other, whatever feels good for you. Then we're gonna put our hands together and do circles together. One way is always much better than the other, but try and get 10 circles both ways. Take it nice and slow if you need to, and then as you get better, you can go a little bit faster with it, right? And then I like to do a drill where I'm gonna open and close my hands. I have a lot of times when I'm doing wrist stuff, you'll start to get that weird feeling in your thumb. I don't know if you've ever felt that. A lot of us have, right? So we're gonna close our fists and go prone, flex, and then open our hands and extend, right? Close, open, nice and slow, 10 times. You can make your hand open bigger and bigger as you kind of warm up into it. We're gonna do that nice and slow. Once you're done with that, your forearms and wrists should be ready to get into your stretches, right? So, the first stretch series we're gonna work on is gonna be wrist extension. So, wrist flexion is palm towards your body. Wrist extension is palm away. Doesn't matter which way your forearm is facing, extension, flexion, right? So extension, palms are gonna be flat on the ground. Really important to get your elbows locked out, right? Once your elbows are locked out, we're gonna lean back into the stretch. So good mobile forearms and wrists. You'll be able to get those shoulders behind your fingertips when you lean back. If you're not that good yet, that's okay. But the most important part, again, is straight elbows. So I like to sit in this stretch about 20, 30 seconds. That's gonna be your first stretch. Then we're gonna turn the fingers around, still on extension, but now we're gonna lean forward with the elbows locked out. 20, 30 seconds here. Nice stretch. Once you're done with that, we're gonna do what we call dorsal. So you take your left hand, spin it clockwise or turn it inside. Right hand, also inside or counterclockwise. Lock out your elbows and then lean back, right? Looks exotic, but it feels great. 20, 30 seconds in this stretch. And then we're gonna be done with the extension side, and we're gonna flip over and get flexion. So for flexion, you're gonna pull your hands a little bit closer to your knees for a little bit more control. Try to get the whole back of your hand flat on the ground, and then we're still focusing on locking out the elbows. So with all these stretches that we're doing, if you can't lock up the elbows, that's gonna be step one. Don't worry about leaning into the stretch until you can get those arms completely locked out. Then we're gonna lean back. Nice wrist flexion again, 20, 30 seconds. Then we're gonna turn them around. They're gonna face each other. And I like to circle here, or sometimes I'll just kind of rock back and forth. Nice and easy on this one. Very easy to kind of overdo, especially when you're doing ballistic dynamic stretching and you're moving. So take this nice and controlled. Just kind of lean on one side to the other. Keep the back of the hand pinned to the ground, elbows locked out, right? And then I like to do what I call gorilla grabs. So while we're here in this position, we're gonna make a fist as much as we can, then let it go. Make a fist, let it go. And if you'll notice, this is our false grip, right? So we're on the rings, we're trying to do strict muscle ups or even kipping for some of us. The ability to close our hands with our wrists at 90 degrees is directly related to your ability to do a good false grip on the rings, right? After a few of those, maybe 10 reps, I relax for a little bit. Then I'm gonna turn my fingers to the front. Again, this one's a little bit more exotic feeling. Lock out the elbows, and then lean forward if you got those elbows locked out. 20, 30 seconds. Once you're done with the series, I would roll them out, let the blood kind of get back through there, loosen up, and then you'll be ready to move on to the strengthening portion, which is the wrist push-up series. All right, so to start with, we're gonna start on the wall. So you guys are gonna stand, find a wall. You're gonna place your hands on the wall, make sure your elbows are locked out, and then we're just gonna peel the palm off the wall. I like to go left up, left down, right down, then right up, left down, left down. Couple reps here, really focusing on using your wrists to move and not the shoulders or your body. Really just peeling and trying to find those muscles in your extensors and the forearms to do the work. All right, so once you get good with these drills on the wall, then you can take it to the floor. I like to start on my hands and knees, and then you can even take some of the weight away by sitting your butt back on your heels and then kind of slowly pulling your hips up over your knees to get more weight on your shoulders, on your wrists. But we're gonna do the same drill. We're gonna peel, down, down. Start with the other side, up, down, down. Right, this is the wrist extension side. After this drill, we're gonna do the wrist flexion side. A couple reps back and forth, probably like 5 to 10, whatever you're comfortable with. Then we're gonna do the back of the hand, right? Slowly let it drop, up and up. After that, we're gonna start to move to the push-up wrist strengthening exercises. So we're always gonna start on the knees. I like to start with the drill I call kiss the grounds. So your butt's gonna stay pretty much over your knees the whole time, and you're just gonna bend your face towards the floor and come back up. But when we do this, our hands are gonna be flat on the way down. Then as we come up, we're gonna push both hands this time at the same time up onto our first knuckles, thumbs stay on the ground. Then as we go down, hands go flat, push up, peel those hands off at the same time. Hold the top for a second just to feel that tension, back down, come up, right? When you're good with those, you can go on the knees with the flat hips, right? No piking in the hips. Coming down, use a little bit of momentum to pop up, right? And then once you're good with those, you can go full body, full push up, pushing down, popping up off the palms. Good, wrist be nice and strong on the extension side when you get there. So for the flexion side, it's the same progression, okay? We're gonna start with the shoulders over the knuckles or over the wrists. Peel down, up and up. Switching which side goes first. Switching which side comes up first. Right, once you're good with that, we're gonna do the kiss the grounds in this position, right? Feels very exotic, so definitely take this one slow. Definitely sit back to start, okay? Both hands are gonna come to the back of the hand first before you start going down. Then you're gonna come down, when you get to the top, that's when you're gonna roll back to knuckles. So the first thing that happens in the push-up, we roll to the back of the hands, right? Looks crazy, feels great, right? Come down, push back up, okay? Once you get good with those, go into the flat hips, no piking in the hips, down and up. And then yes, once you're good with those, full push-up position, down the hands, back up to the knuckles. I'm only gonna do one of those, right? That's it. So there's a bonus for you guys. Another push-up. After you get good with the peeling the hands off extension and then the back of the hand, then we're gonna work our fingertip strength too, right? So we're gonna get our fingers in a cup position. The hardest part of this is keeping our fingers relatively straight. Okay, try and keep them straight, not trying to bend into the floor, okay? So keep them straight, same progression. Kiss the floors first. Once you're good with those, maybe 10 or so, relatively easy. Flat knee push-ups with the hips. Then when you're good with those, taking it to the full push-up on your fingertips. Once you're good with that, you should have nice, strong wrists to help with handstands, overhead squats if you have a hard time in that position, and regular push-ups. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you get those nice, strong, bulletproof wrists, right? Make sure you stay tuned for more Invictus content coming soon. I'll see you guys next time.